Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Thomas Jefferson and the Louisiana Purchase. So before we get into that, we're going to talk about him a little bit of a background. So he was part of the Democratic Republican Party. He had two vice presidents. His first term, he had Aaron Burr. Second, he had George Clinton. He was born in Virginia. He had a few different occupations. At first, he was a farmer and a lawyer, then the governor of Virginia, vice president, secretary of state, and president, as you well know. His famous accolades, one of my favorite documents, historical documents, is the Declaration of Independence, the Virginia Statute of Religious Freedom, Virginia and Kentucky resolutions, and he founded the University of Virginia. Today's focus is the Louisiana Purchase. As I said before, Thomas Jefferson wanted to buy and control New Orleans. He wanted to expand America. Okay, he wanted a port that would increase America's control, and he wanted to help farmers. He wanted more land so he could help farmers expand. So the United States land was becoming overcrowded. People began moving farther west, searching for land, so they had more opportunities to grow and sell, and we were not all on top of each other. So he decided he wanted to purchase this land, and he had to purchase it from France. But Napoleon did not want to sell. He was, a hard hitter. He didn't want to sell. He wanted land. Must be an empire. France must be large. He must have everything. But he needed money. It all comes down to money. All right, so France sells, and Jefferson purchases for the lovely price of $15 million. Okay, that's not that much for all the land that we got. 828,000 square miles of land west of the Mississippi. This happened in 1803. Okay, so the Louisiana Purchase, it doubled the size of the United States. Okay, so if you look at the red area, that's the Louisiana, or before the Louisiana Purchase, the orange area. If you look at the green area, that's after Louisiana Purchase. It's massive. Here are the states that we have now because of the Louisiana Purchase. We would never have South Dakota. We wouldn't have Mount Rushmore. We wouldn't have Jefferson's face at this gargantuan size to be able to stare at, or Washington's face, or Roosevelt's face, or Lincoln's face. What would we do? I'm just kidding. We needed this. We needed this land, and we needed to get, these other countries out of America because, gosh, imagine if we had all these different territories now, what this world would look like. So after we purchased the Louisiana Territory, we needed to discover what was going on in the westward areas. So we had this Corps of Discovery. Okay, it lasted about 3 years. It was led by Lewis and Clark. There's that famous duo that we know about. They were Meriwether Lewis and William Clark. And I know you know this chick, that is Sacagawea. So one of the purposes was to inform the Native Americans about the Louisiana Purchase. I know that you were here first, but we are buying this land, so now we own it. And Jefferson wanted a new route to the Pacific Ocean. Okay, so this had a really good purpose. He wanted it mapped out. He wanted to follow the Missouri River and identify all the water routes to the west. Again, very good purpose. Okay, it took 28 months, 8,000 miles. This is one of the maps that we kind of have because of the Lewis and Clark trek. A lot of discoveries, new plants and animals, and it had a lot of agrarian potential. That's farming, so we can grow corn, tomatoes, and all those other things. And there was opportunity for trade, which is why it was important to be able to map out this area. Opportunities for trade, right? So not only did it have agrarian potential for the people that were going to be moving there, but it also had agrarian potential for the people that were growing things in the current United States before the purchase, because that's how you grow the economy. You have to be able to trade. So it also determined how far west the United States might extend their commerce, right? So this, possibility of westward expansion needed to be mapped out and noted. All right, so one of the qualms or the controversies is, was the Louisiana Purchase unconstitutional? And that's something that, I'd like you to think about after you check out the link And I want you to think about it. And then I also want you to think about, is the Constitution antiquated? Should it be revised? Because it's generations after the founding fathers created this amazing document. And yes, it is a living document and can be amended, but is it too far beyond amending in light of all the recent events that are occurring? Do some of these constitutional rights need to be changed? Something to think about.